Hey guys, if you've been following the phone market, you'll notice a common theme. Every year, there's always been some upgrade or design change to entice you into a new device. Recently, phone manufacturers have really been pushing display technology with size, resolution, and now with refresh rates. It's common to see flagships offering 120 Hz or even higher on dedicated gaming phones. There's no shortage of marketing material telling you how amazing the experience is, how it makes everything seamless and smooth, and why you need this feature. Well, today I got 3 different phones, each with different refresh rates. We'll take a look at how it impacts the most common tasks: browsing, videos, and gaming. These phones are all purchased by me, so there's no bias towards any company. Welcome back to Reviews for Life. The web browser is one of the most frequent apps people use. Going from 60 to 120 Hz, everything is just a little bit faster and a little more responsive. Scrolling through pages upon pages of text feels extremely fluid. It's quite subtle, kind of like when the coffee kicks in. But it's not just browsers that benefit. Swiping through the home screen and system apps also become more enjoyable. After a while though, you get used to it and no longer notice the effect. Going from 60 to 90 Hz, you still feel the faster response times, but the effect is less pronounced. Going from 90 to 120 Hz is even less interesting. During real-world use, I hardly noticed any difference. It's only when they're side by side like this that I notice the 120 Hz is smoother, but it's really not by much. After using the 2 phones for a few days, I picked up the 60 Hz phone just to see if I can switch back. Web pages were a lot more stuttery than I remembered, creating an unpleasant experience. But I powered through though, and after half an hour, I stopped noticing the issues. Web browsing is one thing, but the real treat is high refresh rates on social media. It's not that I can consume twice the content when I double the refresh rate, nor is it the videos, because those still play at 24 frames. It's the scrolling. Since the majority of social media involves scrolling through a mix of images and text, the experience is much more fluid and pleasant. This is one of the rare times that I agree with the advertising. High refresh rates really do make a difference, at least in this case. Movies and videos are generally rendered at 24 FPS to produce a cinematic look. This video that you're watching is also rendered in 24 FPS. High frame rate videos do exist, but those are more common in sports and video games. Because of this, it's not surprising that YouTube limits itself to 60 FPS. And YouTube isn't the only one. Apps like Netflix and VLC also do the same. Now some of you might be thinking, I'll overcome this by running YouTube in the browser. After all, that's running at 120 FPS. But you see, the limitation here isn't caused by the app. There's a difference between the screen refresh rate and the rendering rate. Remember when I said movies and videos generally render at 24 FPS? Well, even though the display is capable of 120 FPS, there's only 24 frames of information coming from the video player. So if video playback speed is doubled, that's only 48 FPS, which is still well within the 60 FPS limit. The exception is when watching 60 FPS video, like sports. Doubling that will be 120 FPS, which is higher than the app's limitation. The distinction between screen refresh rate and rendering rate becomes very important, especially in games. Over the past year with COVID lockdowns, mobile gaming has become more popular than ever. In 2020, the revenue hit a record high with an estimated $77 billion worldwide. Companies have even developed their own line of gaming phones. The Razer 2, ROG 5, Legion Dual, Black Shark 3, you get the idea. But there's one little problem. Okay, so Hearthstone isn't exactly the most sweaty game out there, but the app, just like YouTube, automatically lowers the screen refresh rate down to 60. If you try to change the settings, well, there isn't even an option for that. So let's find a different game. Genshin? 60. PUBG, 60. Wild Rift, 120. Huh, I guess we can work with this. I'll just head over to the settings and, well, there's really not much you can do if the options are grayed out. To make sure this issue isn't device specific, I launched it on my 90Hz phone with the same result. As a final attempt, I installed Call of Duty and launched it. It showed 120Hz right off the bat. So far so good. Going into settings though, there's options for high, very high, and max. It's a bit weird that there's no hard numbers, but okay, let's try this out. Switching between the settings, something feels off. I didn't notice any difference between the smoothness of gameplay. To double check my suspicions, I opened up the Game Turbo overlay, which shows rendered frame rates. And once again, we get 60. At this point, it's become an academic exercise just to see if I could find a game that plays at 120Hz. One of the questions you'll probably have is the effects on battery. With 60Hz, I was able to get 40 hours of usage with 4 hours of screen on time. And with 120, I was able to get about 26 hours, also with 4 hours of screen on time. So after exploring all these scenarios, here's what we can conclude. Web browsers, social media, and anything that involves a lot of scrolling really benefits from high refresh rates. Video apps such as YouTube limit themselves to 60 FPS, so no benefits here. The games I tested also receive no benefits, but this will likely change when the technology becomes more popular. You also get 1/3 less battery when using the higher refresh rate. If I was in the market right now for a phone, I'd definitely get one with a high refresh rate. It's not that the 60Hz is bad or anything, it's just that the scrolling experience is so much more enjoyable. The hard part is choosing between 90 and 120, and that's really where factors like the price comes into play. Just for reference, here's what I paid for the 3 phones used in this video. If you can pony up the cash, I personally think the Poco is an excellent value. If you're getting a phone for gaming, my only suggestion is to make sure that the game is supported. Alright, that's it from me. Thanks for watching.